is going to have to ditch out on us just because he's having a little bit of issue there with his voice, as you guys probably hear. I think he has a hairball or something. He said, I can't remember, hairball or the flu, something like that. At any rate, here we are though. We're getting to pick some bands. Sun Wukong being taken out by Insomnia once again, as they have continued to ban that throughout the tournament. Pretty standard ban right now on Xbox and PC. Kepri going to be taken out on the side of Meditation. Another standard ban. Nothing special about that. Nothing targeted thus yet. We saw Vimana targeted out by the former Mortality roster Insomnia on their good old friend Kizao in the picks and bans last time. Looking for that next ban here. Just waiting, and waiting for this first ban here. I'm gonna fix up the. We're gonna fix up the counters here for the win losses right now as well. Here we go. Yep, one in favor of Insomnia after that first game. Giannis can be taken out there. They obviously didn't like that global pressure. They were able to make some fast rotations with that Giannis into the solo lane and. Came a little bit too close for comfort at times. Circuit ban going to be coming out again from Meditation. We saw that last time as well. Another standard ban in this meta, especially when you're running healers. That can be detrimental to your success. And just waiting for the first two picks to come out here. Thor going to be picked up again by Future. And on the side of Insomnia, so that's we're going to see that again. That proved to be effective. Global pressure from Thor was big for Insomnia last game. Not able to hit all those anvils of Dons though at time, which proved to be problematic. We're going to see Shock picked up as well on the side of Meditation. Interesting pick. We've seen that a couple times today. It hasn't been wholly effective. We'll see what Watson does to counteract that on the side of Kizao. Medusa going to be picked up again by Nausea. Seems to be a favored pick by him. That's all we've really seen Nausea play. Same goes on the side of Insomnia, as Dobson has been exclusively playing Xbalanque today as well. Zongque going to be picked up. We've seen this play in the mid lane and in the solo lane by Insomnia at times, so it'd be interesting to see what where that placement is going to be. That is a flex pick, and we've seen how strong Zongque can be. Whether it is in the mid lane or the solo lane in this tournament during the last 2 days. Sean with the last pick here now before the second phase of banning commences. Athena actually going to be picked up on the side of Insomnia. We saw them run that in the semis matchup here earlier. I'm going to take that away from Meditation, and that was a strong pick for them. They did manage to make a lot happen with that Athena, and that Athena was hard to kill in the jungle. Here we go. The Ymir going to be picked up by Sean again. Meditation really leaning on that Ymir pick. I really don't think it's been strong for them at all. We've watched them in the semis in that last game. We watched them this time, and I don't know if the mechanics are there on the side of that team, whether it is in support or jungle, to really pull that off. So it'll be interesting to see if they can pull it out this time, but it has not been effective the last two games for these guys. I'm going to take out the Hades on the side of Meditation here. Obviously, they think that is going to be a Zongque mid. We have seen Syncrocia play that quite a bit. Looking for the third ban, I should say, coming out from Insomnia. Just waiting for that. They're obviously debating what they want to ban out. Just yet, they don't have to ban out of Vimana this time, as Shock has already been put on the board. That could be a Shock mid, though, if you're Hindu Man. Poseidon actually going to be banned out there as well. They banned out last game as well. Not wanting to deal with the Krakens. Looking for the first pick after the second banning stage from Soph. Be interesting to see what Soph picks here, as the mid and the jungle potentially have not been picked up yet on the side of Meditation. And here we go. We're going to see that Nemesis pick up, and that's the tank killer. So look for the shred from the Nemesis here. It would be smart of Insomnia not to go too tanky after that pickup, as Nemesis is the tank shredder. We'll get in, we'll shred your tanks up. We're going to see the Apollo picked up on the side of Insomnia there. We had heard that Dobson really likes to favor Apollo and X-Ball as well. Apollo's a good pick here. They're going to look for the split push. And maybe that Kronos is going to come out for the soul lane as well. The Kronos versus Shock will be an interesting pick as well. Watson, as a lot of you guys probably remember, did play carry on the former Silent Pandas / Mortality roster back whenever that was. And then they switched him over to jungle and now to soul lane. So very capable of playing those auto attack characters. Very strong in the carry lane. He's been for months. So good pickup there if that's a Kronos in the solo lane. And last pick is going to go to Hell. Hell actually making it all the way to the last pick here. And maybe that is a Shock mid. Maybe that's a Hell solo, and it is. That is a Shock mid right now. Shock mid versus the Zhonghui. Kronos going to be picked up in the soul lane. That's going to be an interesting matchup if I've ever seen one. Hell versus Kronos. I haven't seen that matchup in a very long time. It's going to be hard for Hell to get up on top of the waves there with the ability for Kronos to stun her out and to land his combo there with the auto attacks, getting behind the archers and stuff like that. So watch for Hell to get pushed on her tower nice and early here. It's going to be hard for her to get up with the wave clear with her 3. The other things to look at as well is the global pressure here coming out on the side of Insomnia. We have a lot more global pressure this game and none to match on the side of Meditation. That was the only way Meditation was maintaining competitiveness in lane last game, is due to the pressure they were able to match with the Athena and the Giannis early on. So with that being said, this is going to be an interesting game. So much global pressure on the side of Insomnia. Obviously, they favor that. Thor, Apollo, Athena for those quick rotations. Ability to split push there. They have sustain with the Zhonghui. Obviously, it's a little bit stronger in the late game in sustain with the Hell. Hell going to be very strong to be able to get in with those engagements, get out, re-heal, re-engage over and over again with that sustain that she brings to the table in the late game. That being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to get right into the action in the second game of the best of 3 series between Insomnia Meditation and the finals for the ESL UK Qualifier number 2.
Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay.
You're not set up, are you? Ravage? No?
So I said, no, 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 it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you do that to me? I killed down no 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling. No, it was supposed to be my pentakill. Why did you do that to me? I killed down no 1, 2, 3 for champions. I can't believe you're trolling.
Wait a minute!
Ravage 90 back here. Getting game 2, Insomnia versus Meditation for the win. Here in the best of 3 finals for the ESL qualifier number 2. Both these teams guaranteed free travel and accommodations to the ESL UK studios on November 28th, facing off for $25,000 and a trip to the Smite World Championships, which is the end goal, isn't it? All these EU teams are waiting so long for their land to be announced, and now they've all qualified. The only surprise that we haven't seen join the rest of the crew is Barrage, actually getting taken out by Meditation for the win. Kizao, former member of Insomnia / Mortality Esports and / Silent Pandas. They've gone by many names, many faces, but they're the same old great roster. And Kizao going off, forming his own team and making it to the finals here. So they were outmatched fairly heavily here early. Look at the early invasion here as Watson and Future didn't really predict that there would be the AFK start breaking out here from Soph and Kizao starting off on the blue buff. Looking to catch them late on the speed. Here we go. Future taking a lot of damage here. We could see First Blood. Kizao making the move up. Watson trying to get level 2 here. He is caught out, and he is going to be First Blooded by Kizao. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not what you want to see happen here in the first minute of game with your star player. Watson going to be First Blooded here on the Chronos. Oh, he DC'd. That explains a lot, because I don't know if I've ever seen Watson actually First Blooded in a match. Interesting, to say the least. And that could put Watson behind, as he was level 1 when he went down, and that's going to be hard for him to come back from. Unfortunate on the side of Watson there. I was wondering what happened, like why they were taking so much damage. The invade actually didn't go in their favor on that one. I wonder if Watson's going to be rejoining us here, as that's not looking good. So long DC. Taking a look at the starts, however, though, we see that Death Toll's Tier 1 Devourers coming out on the side of Apollo. On the Medusa, we're going to see Bluestone, and finally the Tier 1 Transcendence. I was wondering we're going to see the start here. No one building Bluestone at all on the U side of things, just building right into Tier 2 Trans. We're going to see Power Pot and the Bluestone, but it looks things coming out of Shock here, nice and early. So look for some early game damage to come out from him. Obviously, he was looking to hopefully do some damage to the jungle on mid camps there as well. Zong Kui is going to start out with that Vam Shroud as well. I'm not going to go with the Power Pot start. He's going to have some nice early clear as well. Shock obviously going to have clearing with that Power Pot as well. Look for the rotation here. Shock moving to blue buff with Nemesis and Hell as well moving there. That's unfortunate for Kronos, actually. That's too bad. Zong Kui making a rotation as well now. That's too bad on the side of Watson there. Watson going to lose his blue buff to a DC as well. Smart move by Kizao and the team to go and secure that, knowing that Kronos had to make a long walk back up to lane. However, look at the dual lane. We see Zenborn taking a hell of a lot of damage there from Nausea and Sean as well. Dobson and Zemborn are managing to clear the waves, though not going to lose a whole lot or any to tower at this point. That's good as the next wave comes on up. We're going to see Future on level 3 with Soph and Farrell both at level 4 here. A little bit of level disadvantage due to the unfortunate start they had as they looked for the invade. There we go. They're going to have no trouble clearing that out, as you're going to see Nemesis and Shock just snowballing the lead a little bit more. They're going to go back for the speed buff now, and they're going to be able to get back in lane for the next wave as Zhang and Future just make them move back for backhands. Here we see in the dual lane, once again, Dobson and Zenborn just being pushed out a little bit by the Ymir and the Medusa start here. They are managing to clear the waves with the Apollo passive. Makes it gives them the ability to be able to do it here, as they're not taking a whole lot of damage here. They're going to lose one creep to tower finally, and that's eventually going to catch up to them, but they'll be okay for the time being. Watson, however, is going to be the story of this game. Level 4 right now to Kizao's level 5. Kizao with 2,900 gold and 700 to Kizao right now. As we see the dive under tower here, is Nemesis going to get the kill? Or no, Shock actually going to pick that up, but I didn't see the return kill, however, going to come out from Synchrotion, going to pick that one up as well. He's going to have to get on out of here, though. Shock going to be able to push this wave into tower and look for the hatchet to come out there from Shock once again as he looked to be able to kill on Synchrotion. He's going to push this wave in here now and further cement his XP and gold lead on his enemy counterpart in the mid lane. Look at him rotate for those mid camps once again. Going to take those timers from Insomnia, as Dobson and Zenborn also behind over here now in the dual lane, as they're going to push under tower. They're going to lose even more farm and XP as well. And this is not looking good so far for Insomnia. That bad start has just snowballed them. 1,696 gold difference and 1,800 in the XP department at 4 minutes. That's a big deficit to come back from. That just shows how far you are behind on level. And level is what really makes the difference here early in the game. 2 levels is a lot to come back from, let alone 3 here on Future. He's 3 levels down from the enemy Shock right now. Look at Nemesis, however, she looks to go over and take that blue buff once again. Dobson gonna DC now, as Insomnia's fortunes aren't looking great here right now, with the disconnect issue continuing to plague them from the semifinals matchups. With that being said, guys, as we wait for the pause, I'm just going to put on some music and, yeah, give you guys something to listen to. Alright, we're back in here. The DC has returned by the looks of things. Here is the Nemesis ult under tower. Watson going to get preyed on once again. He's going to be picked up by Soph, as Soph was looking for the blue buff there. Watson getting preyed on this game. Unfortunate. There is the wall coming down from Future, as Future tries to create some space between the blue buff and hell. He wants to make sure that Kronos can get that and at least be able to stay in lane from under tower. And that's unfortunate. Watson with 2 deaths already. 1 due to a DC, and it's just put him so far behind that he's just able to get towered down by that Nemesis nice and early. Future's going to move up here, stop the back from Kizao, and clear the wave out. Not going to lose any XP to tower. Future's going to continue just to harass Kizao here from going back. He doesn't want to give him that luxury. Future, however, going to take a lot of poke, and he's going to have to back it on off here. Kronos going to start the blue buff, and at least he will have that. At least that's somewhere. No, he's not even going to have the blue buff. They took the big minion and just left the small ones. That's too bad. Here you go. Kronos making the move in here on Hell right now. And there's the Thor ultimate. A look at Kizao to go down as the taunt is down as well in Berserker's Barrage. And Kizao finally going to fall to Insomnia as they make a big play there. And it's what they needed. They needed to kick Kizao out of lane because Kizao was just getting too far ahead. Level 8, 4,100 gold in him compared to Kronos' 3,200. And that's what Watson needs. Watson needs to get back into the game here and just, yeah, he's going to be able to clear waves here now. He's going to rotate back to speed buff to get some XP off of that. Look at Shock, however, just dueling with Synchrotion here in the middle lane. Those auto attacks. We talked about this earlier. We saw Shock, I can't remember which team that was playing it, but they never followed up with the auto attacks on the Aphrodite versus Insomnia on Odin. There you go. That's exactly what Farrell's doing. He's moving in. He's landing his abilities, and then he's moving in with the auto attacks after he clears wave and just putting that poke on top of Synchrotion. Both these characters have some type of sustain in lane, and they'll continue to heal up here. So you need to put on as much damage as you can to try and at least win out the sustain game here as we move on further into the... We're going to hit mid-game here in about 4 to 5 minutes. Now, at that point, I mean, as Shock, you want to have that first blood on Zhonghui, or at least have a heavy gold lead at that point. And he does at this point in 2 levels, and he has 4,500 gold and 700, as compared to Zhonghui's 3,800. Look at the big battle here on mid camps now. Berserker's Barrage is going to go down. Asaf has the dash on out of there. No mana. Insomnia going to secure those mid camps. So we start to see the rotations coming out here with Athena ditching on the dual lane. Just finally, they're going to go over and make sure they get those defensive wards down. Looking at the solo lane here now, the gap starting to close a little bit here now. Not quite the huge gold lead that Kizao had early on here. Just 1 level, or 2, about a level and a half, I'd say, in the difference in XP here right now between these 2 characters. The big one, though, is Synchrotion. Synchrotion getting manned a little bit here on farm as they move back for the 3-man split on the XP camp. Synchrotion going to pick up its damage buff and move back to lane to push that wave out. Left mid's about to respawn here as well. You'll see the Ymir starting to make that rotation as well. Future not afraid to get aggressive on Nemesis. Nemesis low on health as well as 3 men make their way for the mid camps here. And Future probably not going to be able to contest this, as he knows Shock is probably back up and they are going to get that. But the Mjolnir is going to put a ton of damage on Nemesis right there. She's down to 1 bar of health. And that will push her back to the fountain right now as the wall goes down from Thor. The stun landed, but no follow-up as it was just Zenborn and Future there. Synchrotion hadn't made it back around tower. Watson still 900 gold apart. Zenborn making the move up, has the taunt on Shane, but he is going to get walled off by his own teammate, Berserker's Barrage. And Synchrotion is going to pick up that kill there on Sean under towers. Insomnia begins to crawl their way back. Here comes Kizao with the rotation. The slow is down, but Mjolnir is going to get him out of there. Look at Zenborn now. He's down to half health. Synchrotion low as well. Here's the Athena, all further protections, and Soft has the shield down. If he can land the taunt here, that can be all he needs, as Farley taking a lot of damage on our tower, but he's going to secure the kill on Synchrotion as they pick up the double there. Nemesis and Shock are going to be able to put some pressure here. Watson making the rotation finally over with Dobson as well. Look at that ultimate from the Apollo. Watson going to pick up the kill as Nausea drops the ultimate. Dobson going to get that kill with the auto attack as well. Good rotation, and here comes Future as well on top of Soph, as Soph is on the way out. And they have the ability to probably do Gold Fury here right now, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They know they poked him out, and they know Kizao is going to have to go back here, as Kizao is expecting some pressure on that solo lane. Dobson looking for the zone here now, throwing some auto attacks towards the mid Harpies camps. They're not going to be able to secure that Gold Fury. That tier 1 tower belonging to Watson is fairly low right now, and one can't help that just the minion push from Hell is going to be able to take that one down eventually. However, you need to look at Kronos' position right now. 5,100 gold. He's slowly narrowing it. He has another 100 gold to narrow into getting that lead that Kizao has. Narrow as time goes on. 1, 1, and 2. Kizao scored 1, 2, and 2 on Watson. That first death, not really his fault with the DC. It's unfortunate for him. Be interested to see how he rebounds from that and if he's able to come back. Kronos, a real late game hyper carry. Look at Zenborn trying to launch the taunt here to combo with Synchrotion, as he likely has a full bag of souls here right now. Can't really tell. Here comes the poke from Shock once again. You can see that's doing less and less damage the more Syncrotion levels up here. And you'll continue to see that as Shock begins to phase out into the late game. He almost has that Transcendence online now, so mana will stop being an issue for him. It's just something to take note as well. He'll be able to just sit in lane and sustain for long periods of time. Here is the big blink, and the Nemesis ulted down Syncrotion. His health is low, as Nemesis has stolen his protection and health right now. Look at Future as he's gone up in the air right now, and he is just going to go right to back camps. He was looking for the ability to stun someone under tower if they went for the dive on Syncrotion. Now Watson here dueling it out with Keys out in the soul lane. We're going to see another disconnect here. Future actually going to disconnect once again. And that was back from the back harpies. I'm wondering if he disconnected up in the air, and that's what made him fall over in back harpies. So, interesting battle thus far. A lot of interesting scenarios that have come up here. We have a 3-level lead in Shock in the mid lane over Syncrotion with the Zhongkui. We also have in the soul lane Kizao taking the lead in that lane with that early first blood on the DC from Watson. Watson not able to recover from that as Kizao, after the pause with his jungle, made a way for the blue buff to steal the blue buff from Watson as he was making his way back to lane. No ability for Future or Watson to contest that. Yeah, very, very interesting game thus far. Nausea, 5,429. It's 47 stacks on the Transcendence. But Dobson, 47 stacks in Devour's Gauntlets. And with that and the full boots build with the Death's Toll, you're going to look at Dobson having the ability to outbox Medusa here early in the game in the laning phase. So look for that to happen. He has a kill in him now as well. And he has those tier 1 beads online to negate the Medusa ult for the most part. So that's going to be a big consideration. If Dobson can box with... Here comes the ultimate from Athena, however, on Kizao. Kizao not going to get dove here as he was able to back it on up. Look at the rotation, however, on Dobson. Dobson going to dash on out there, dodge the Frost Breath. That was a nice dodge. The wall is going to catch him, however. Glacial Spike. Here comes the ultimate. And Sean going to pick him up just finally with the auto attack 4. He's able to actually get up in the air. There is the wall and the Medusa ult to counter on Future. Future going to take a lot of poke there as Anasia continues to push this tower all day long. That's unfortunate for Dobson. We're just talking about him and his ability to outbox Medusa, but that's not going to happen when you have Ymir right on your tail. Look at the tower damage. Meditation has the tier 1 tower on solo and mid. They're just a sneeze away from following both towers. Once those go down, that's the equivalent of 2 Gold Furies this early in the game. And you can't help but think that with the gold lead they already have cemented with 3,269 and the XP as well, that's going to be devastating. You're going to look at them. They are on top of Gold Fury right now. Syncrotion's making the rotation to come in here to try for the steal. Look for the ultimate from the Zhongkui to come out. Here's Dobson with his. Syncrotion going to steal the Gold Fury as they absolutely run a train on Meditation there. And that is the comeback that they needed. And they have narrowed the gold deficit with just one play. Here's the ultimate as well. Anvil of Dawn going to pick out Farley as Kiza going to make his way back instead of pressuring on the tower. You know, he's going to stay now. He needs to get this tier 1 tower for his team as the 3-man push on the tier 1 in the mid is on the way. Here is Kronos. He's not going to be able to really contest this as there is a full minion wave there. However, towers are going to be traded. Their Gold Fury going in favor of Insomnia after that engagement, and that is huge for them as that is what they need to come back in this game. Excellent play and excellent synchronization between Syncrotion and Dobson in that engagement there as they comboed that beautifully. I don't know who got the steal there. It could have been Syncrotion or Dobson. There's Dobson landed at a very timely landing by him there as that Gold Fury was low and the entire Meditation team had disengaged and focused on Syncrotion. Good discipline by Insomnia to get back into the game here. They had a bad start here. It's really easy to give up, especially, this is what makes Watson such a great player, is that Watson has been over in this lane. He's been farming. He's narrowed that gold lead. It's only about 600 now that he's in the deficit with. And, you know, something that was really out of his control, he didn't have his blue buff to start the game in the soul lane. He didn't have the ability to sustain the lane as Kronos. And that that's got to be demoralizing for him to come back and to be able to just put up a fight against Keyzow and continue to make a difference. Here is the engagement on Dobson. Dobson's going to get up in that ultimate, however, Apollo with a swift escape as usual. As we see Ymir engaging on Synchrotion here. Future with the wall to disengage. Watson making the rotation as well to the mid lane here. We may see a fight as Soph is very low and the shield is down. Look at the ultimate Anvil of Dawn. There's the taunt can be popped down and Nemesis is going to fall as Sean also going to be real low here as well. Look at Keyzow making the rotation in. He's going to look to try and sustain for his team, and he is going to be able to possibly poke Synchrotion away from continuing with that engagement, and that is another win by Insomnia as they are just on a roll here now over the last 3 minutes. That Gold Fury really just gave them an extra kick there. They now have the gold difference and the XP difference on the table. Shock level 15 to Zhongkui's level 13, however, still Watson catching up to Keyzow in the solo lane. So those back camps taken as well here now. The tier 1 tower likely to go down. Shock is moving in to put pressure on that. Zhongkui and Thor likely to be too late here to the party. There is the wall. They may be able to pick up the kill here. The tower is going to go down. Future with the Berserker's Barrage. He's taking a lot of damage from Shock right now. He could go down here if he's not careful. And he's trying to bide time as Synchrotion just pops the auto attacks on top of Farl. Zenborn in here now. Look for the taunt. There it is. The beads are going to be popped on Farl. Those are tier 1s. Not going to be up for 180 seconds. Look, however, Nemesis making the move here on Synchrotion. Synchrotion is in a CC chain as the stun is landed on Sophie. Sophie taking a lot of damage here now. Keyzow in from the back as Watson made the rotation, and Keyzow going to be chasing all day long. He's going to have to keep on top of Watson with all those rotations. Hard for him to push on a tier 2 tower as hell at this point in the game. Take a look at the 3-man rotation coming here towards the dual lane. Dobson reading that one, having a chat with his teammates, I'm sure, as they called that one. Ward coverage on the mid-Harpies likely gave that one away. Dobson standing tall in that tower, making sure that no more damage goes on top of that. Watson going to get the kill on Keyzow in the solo lane with the 3-man rotation over there. It looked like it was a solo kill, however, as Future was way up in the jungle, as well as Zenborn. And that's the dreaded solo lane solo kill that we hear so much about that you never want to be the victim of as a solo laner. Take a look at Nemesis here now with the Athena and the Kronos in lane. She's going to have to be careful here. She does not want to get CC chain and bursted down by Kronos. Kronos starting to come online now. Warlock Sash at 49 stacks. Here's a taunt from Athena on the mid camps and the Mjolnirs to follow up right there. As Zenborn backs on up, does not want to tangle with Shock. Shock, one of the biggest players in the game right now. 8,600 gold, 41 stacks in that Transcendence, building into the Jotuns as well. Mid camp's going to go in favor of Meditation. Once again, looking at the gold charts, so close right now. 442 XP in favor of Meditation, 31 gold in favor of Insomnia. Or vice versa, actually. We're going to see a lot of this 3-man grouping here as waves are going to be pushed. 2 tier 1 towers down on the side of Insomnia, only 1 down on Meditation. You're going to look for Insomnia just to turtle it up here for a little bit. They're going to farm, and they're going to look for another bait on an objective. And here we go. We're going to see Farrell's going to have to get back out of here. He's going to try and escape through the back of Gold Fury. Keyzow makes the rotation through mid-Harpies camps, and Dobson starts up the Gold Fury, likely for a bait here, as Keyzow is going to make his way in to try and zone. 5 men from either team on the left-hand side of the map here right now. Watson, the closest to danger right now, as he tries to battle with Soph and Keyzow here in the mid lane. He doesn't have a tier 1 tower behind him, so he better be careful, as he has no protection. Taking a look at builds, we're going to look at the carries here. 75 stacks Dev Gauntlets, fully stacked on the Transcendence as well, with Soul Eater on Medusa, Executioner already online on Apollo, so he'll be able to shred a lot of towers. Here's the Goal Fury, likely be started up. There's the Nemesis Ult, and that's going to be baited out. Future, going to be able to get out of there, no problem. Nemesis Ult is down, however. Athena will be able to take a beating down to about a quarter health. Be interested to see if she can escape. She is juking and weaving. Here is Apollo with the ultimate on the back line. Gonna have to get on out of there and dash out. That's a big win for Meditation there. Zenborn trying to get in there to help his team, but the Ymera wall just putting a damper on his plans. We'll see another pause coming out on the side of Meditation. We're going to see a disconnect on the side of Kizo, as he is surrounded by the Insomnia players right now. I'll be interested to see if they engage on Kizo or not after he comes back, as he was out of position before the DC, before he started drifting to the right there. So I'm interested to see what choice they make there. Insomnia known for at least being of a sportsman-like nature for the most point. If you've seen them play Paradigm and you see them play Visceral last week, or the last 2 weeks, I should say, that there was a lot of times where they just walked away from the enemy player. And obviously Kizo, a former member of their team, I'd say they'll probably let him go here, let him skate out of this situation and go back to Goal Fury. And for those in chat asking, Proxy is coaching Team Insomnia right now. Suntouch is actually coaching Barrage. Comfrey is coaching Visceral. Paradigm is being coached by Dazer. So yeah, that's the coaches that are in the scene right now on the EU scene. A lot of coaching going on over there. All the teams very competitive right now, looking for whatever edge that they can get to bring themselves above the competition. And yeah, they're going to engage on Kizao right now, and here they go. His team's going to backpedal here. Kizao down to half health. Watson going to pick up that kill. Sean taking a lot of damage as well here, and he is just barely going to escape with his life. Thor is going to come down with the Anvil on the Berserker's Barrage as well. Synchrotion is taking a lot of damage here now. Farrell going to go down. Dobson going to secure that kill. Watson and Dobson's damage just way too much, as Watson's on the case once again. Sherlock Holmes nowhere to be found. He doesn't need him. He's making his own way. And here is the Goal Fury. Athena ulting in as well. They are going to take this easily, and that's not the turn that Meditation wanted there. Gold already 787 in their favor. Now up to 2,500. XP charts 3,400 as well in favor of Insomnia. The charts have been back and forth in this game, however, so who knows if that will stick or not. Good game so far from both teams. Both teams putting off a good showing here right now. Back and forth competition over and over and over again. We're going to see some pressure likely put on the tier 1 tower here in Soul Lane. Nope, Zenborn's actually going to back it off. 3-man rotation going to come there. Fifth, Meditation does not want to give up that tower to the enemy team. They don't want any more global gold going in the way of Insomnia. Look at Dobson, however, he does have his ultimate up, but Shock on that side of the map here. Watch for him to box a little bit Nausea now, as he knows that he does have a little bit more damage potential here. Hasten Vitalis almost online for Dobson. He's going to move up once again. Going to put those auto attacks in as he waits for the passive to stack. Nemesis making the rotation as well to the dual lane. Shock making his move in here now. Taunt landed by Zenborn. Synchrotion right there to put some damage on him. Look at the freeze from Ymir and Future. Future's beats going to be popped. Athena all going to come in here for the protections as the wall is landed for the disengage as well. Berserker's Barrage in. Dobson making his rotation as well now. Kizao in a lot of trouble here as he's taking a lot of damage from Dobson. All the auto attacks. And there is Thor once again with the Mjolnirs to secure that kill. Here we go. Insomnia still in the chase. Farrell's in a lot of trouble here. He has no defense built at all, so he is not that tanky besides what he has innately in his kit. He's taking a lot of damage. The stun is going to hit. That's going to be a double stun there for Watson as the Berserker's Rod is going to go in. Sean getting body blocked by Zenborn as well. The wall is going to go up there but he's actually going to trap himself into an awkward situation. Mjolnir's going to hit as well as Dobson makes his way up, and the freeze going to be put down by Sean. That may be enough for him to escape. The wall is there as well. Mjolnir's going to miss, but the Berserker's Barrage will not. Future going deep to secure that kill. Tier 2 tower going to go down in favor of Insomnia as Nemesis and Medusa make their way back up. Nemesis dashing up, trying to catch Dobson, but Sulf actually going to be caught in the lane there with the wall from Thor. Nice disengage there by Future as Soft is continuing to try and case her, and this could be all for Soft. There's the dash, but the stun is going to land from Kronos, and they are down to about quarter health. They are going to get out. Dobson has to be careful here now. He doesn't have any mana. Not going to be able to escape so easily next time if he gets caught out. Here we go. Kiza making the way out, trying to disrupt Dobson's backing. Zenborn putting the ward down on Fire Giant. That could be a possibility real soon, as everyone is some of the major characters at this point. Watson at level 20 already, actually surpassing Kiza at this point, which is interesting to note, seeing he got killed in that DC nice and early. They're going to secure those mid camps. As Zenborn makes his rotations back to secure the purple buff. They can see that due to the wards. Here is Zenborn, and he's going to look for the triple taunt. He's going to get frozen out of that, however, as Dobson makes his way in with the ultimate. Wall going to be used there to secure that, but the double anvil of Dawn from Future as he is in the Berserker's Barrage and not going to get hit by the Medusa's ult. There is the beads, or the Aegis actually, from Synchrotion, as Farrell's taking a lot of damage here, as well as Sean. They're going to have to back it on up here. Watson on the chase here right now, and it's going to be hard to lose Kronos as he is just getting in there. Dobson going to pick up a kill. Nausea going to get the return kill, however. The rewind going to be popped by Kronos there as he goes back through time. He's going to duel it out with Kizao here now. He's going to land the stun and just going to eliminate Kizao right by the mid camps. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Watson at his finest as he managed to come back in this game and actually cement an XP lead on his enemy soul laner after that unfortunate start. And here we go. The pressure on the tier 2 has started as Watson makes the rotation over. They're going to look to siege this right now. Watson stepping up big. He has no fear. We've seen this on Guardians. We've seen this on carries. We've seen this on Aphrodite. Watson continues just to put the onslaught on the enemy team. He cares not as Gold Fury is about to respawn, and we will likely see a fight here for this as Thor is up in the air, going to look for the catch on the Medusa, likely as the freeze goes down. The Anvil of Dawn is down as well. Sean taking a lot of damage. Future as well, however, he's down to about quarter health. Watson low right now. He does not have his ultimate. He should be careful here now. Soft on the run. He almost got hit by that stun and just barely missed him. Look at Shock on the chase right now. He is chasing down Future, and he better be careful as Watson, Synchrotion, and Zenborn could put him into a CC chain, not to mention Dobson joining the fight here now with the Mez as well. There's the stun. It's all going to be compounded, and Farrell going to be going down as he got a little bit too greedy on that chase looking for Future. Big win by Insomnia. They are just coming out on top here now. 4,000 gold in lead, 7,700 in XP in their favor right now. Watson, the biggest story of this game so far, managed to come back from that early disconnect. 5-2-9 right now. Taking a look at player damage. Shock, however, topping out the charts. Watson close behind at 20,898. Kiza near the bottom of the charts, 9,300. Thus far, it's been a fireworks display of a game here so far. We're going to see Gold Fury started up here by Dobson. That's probably not the right call, as you have the potential for the other team to do Fire Giant here, but they're not going to catch up on it. Gold Fury is going to be taken down here. Future just biding time here in the mid lane. He's out making a rotation around, looking to see if he can catch Future. Gold Fury going to go in favor of Insomnia. As Zenborn all alone near the mid lane. You better be careful, as even as Athena, you had to be scared of 3 people turning on you with all that CC, as they could just blow you up. Look for a big fight to come here soon. or at least something to be baited out, as Watson makes a push for that tier 1 tower. Insomnia's wanted that for a long time here, but we've seen the quick rotations coming out of Meditation to get back and defend that. Here we go. Watson going to absolutely burn that down. He's going to continue his push as all 4 men were staying in the mid lane, but that's likely going to get called out now that the rotation is being made for Watson. Kizao and Anazia, they are making the move over for him. He's going to rotate, however, to the mid lane as we see a big engagement starting over here now. Soft on the run as Dobson turned that gank around on him in a big way. Soft very low right now as the Nemesis shield does go up, and Future going to make the rotation around. Farrell's taking a lot of damage now as well. Future going to pick up that kill. Here we go. Shock going to get over the wall, but there we have Syncrotion waiting there for him, and he is so low right now. All it's going to take is a Mjolnir. He'll take anything. There is the axe for the escape, and Syncrotion and Dobson going to secure that kill. No problem. Looking like we're having a little bit of an audio issue here as well. Sorry to the stream. He's out far behind in the enemy jungle here now as they're going to make the rotation for Fire Giant. 2 men down, and they're making the call. They're going to commit to this. Look for the big push down middle lane, as that's what Insomnia is known for, as we've come to know and love about them, is that once they get Fire Giant, they go. They just make that huge push down the mid lane for the win. And it's going to be no problem for them. There's going to be no contest on this Fire Giant, as Insomnia is going to get this nearly full health. Look for Zenborn to get super aggressive here. Thor, a little bit premature on the ultimate, but he is going to hit it on Sean. Sean's beads popped a little bit late, as beads popped now by Future and Dobson. They're going to make the rotation in here now. Stun going to be landed on Sean from Watson. Watson going to secure that kill. And Nasia just laying down a lot of damage there, but Fire Giant is going to sustain them through this. And Nasia down to half health. The wall is going to hit, and Future going to pick up that kill as well. Dobson in under Phoenix now, taking tower shots. He doesn't care. Syncrotion going to pick up a kill on Soft as they make the onslaught onto this mid Phoenix here right now. Kizao trying to do anything to save this Phoenix right now, trying to heal up the minions, but it's all for naught as the mid Phoenix is going to go down here. Will Insomnia push for the win? As the surrender vote has been started on the side of Meditation. Here we go. They're going to take down this tier 2 tower. Likely push for Phoenix right now. They didn't make the same mistake that Paradigm keeps making as we spectate them when they go straight for the Phoenix and they still have the tier 2 up. I hope you're out there sick in the chat. That was for you, Hydra. Here we go. They're going to put the pressure onto the left Phoenix here now as well. Kizao going to get bursted down nice and easy. Sean down to half health here. They aren't going to go for the chase on Sean. They will opt to take the Phoenix on the left side as Farrell. The bait's going in there, but there's not a whole lot you can do as a level 19 Shock with only a male renewal as your only defense. 2 heavy magic dealing champions in Kronos and the Zhonghui here on board for Insomnia. Zenborn going to hit the taunt there. Not a whole lot of follow-up. Dobson in there, however, playing super aggressive. Dobson has really come online here, has shown himself to be a great carry over the last 2 games here. Just outboxing Anasia for the majority of this game. Making a lot of good rotations with the global from Apollo. There's the taunt from Zenborn, and here comes Anasia with the ultimate. Zenborn down to half. Altair the Anvil of Dawn from Thor, and he is going to get the Berserker's Barrage down. There's the wall to get Soft as well. Soft likely to go down here as well. Just barely escapes with his life. Syncrotion going to make sure that doesn't happen. However, make me out to be a liar as we see the third Phoenix go down here and the push for the end. Kizao down below half health. There's the 3-man stone with the Glacial Strike from Ymir. He's going to put the wall down with the ultimate, and that is going to put a lot of damage down on Insomnia, but Watson going to pull out of there with another kill. Absolutely on fire right now is Watson. Take a look at the player damage. He is up to 35,075. Shock close behind at 31,820. Zhonghui 24. Dobson 21. This is likely game for Insomnia right now as they are going to push for the end here. I'd imagine all 3 Phoenixes down. You have them on the run. You see this Ymir. Ymir is still 2 items away from full build. You have your Athena. Your Athena's almost full build right now. That's a male renewal Spirit Robe online. as well as Apollo firing on all cylinders right now. This is where you push for the end. When you're up on items, when you're up on XP, level 17 on Athena, level 14 for Sean on the Ymir, level 18 on Nemesis right now, level 20 for Future on the Thor compared to level 18 on Nemesis. That's a big difference. Nemesis is not opting to get much attack speed right here, opting for Jotuns and Executioners, which is interesting, just given the Nemesis' passive. So, I'm not really sure what the call was there, but it's interesting nonetheless. Male Renewal not doing a whole lot as they're not able to nail down the kills. Here is the big catch. Dobson's going to come down on the side to make sure to limit Nausea's escape. So Nausea down to half health here right now. The Frost Breath from Sean, but Dobson on the back line with Future. They're going to secure that kill. Sean taking a lot of damage. Here is the Athena ultimate for the protections as well. Farrell's in a lot of trouble as well. He's going to try and get over the wall, but he's not going to be able to get there just in time. Nemesis ult is landed as we're going to see Insomnia take this series 2-0, and they are going to guarantee their seeding above Meditation for this part of the ESL UK Studios LAN. And they will likely go against, I'm not sure how exactly it works. I'm pretty sure that Insomnia now is going to pull Visceral, while Meditation is going to pull Paradigm at this point in the seeding. So all these teams, give them a round of applause. They've made it to the ESL UK Studios LAN. Full travel paid for. Give a shout out to ESL for their support. It's been fun casting these qualifiers, guys. The big surprise, however, has been Meditation making it to the ESL UK Studios LAN. We thought that spot was going to go to Barrage. Very interesting, to say the least. So, big thanks to all the teams, all the organizers of the tournament. Thanks to all of you guys for watching. And we're going to hop on out of here. And I'm going to leave some of our information here on for a few minutes, put some music on. But thanks again, guys. Appreciate your support. Please give us some feedback. You can give feedback at the bottom of the page on our Twitch page. In regards to casting, if there's anything you need done with casting, if there's anything you think that needs to be done with production, all that stuff, we're always listening, always trying to improve. We always try to do what we can to improve the stream. So thanks again. Talk to you guys soon.